I remember back when I had the vision now. I gotta see it happen. It's action over acting. I'm not gonna be slacking. Try to keep the focus, but I keep getting distracted.
What's up, guys? So here I am in my car, just parked, about to get some groceries, but I haven't come live from the car in a while, or made a video from the car in a little bit. And there's been a lot on my mind, just like a lot on, a lot of people's minds. It's been a really windy day. It's been rainy. Today has been a bit of a microcosm of this whole situation that all of us are facing, right? We've all been dealing with an incredible storm that for most of us, we've never seen anything like this in our lifetime. And we're all struggling. Some of us went out in the rain. We just socially distant from everybody and just had to go for a walk just to think, just spend some time with loved ones, in a very responsible manner with masks, the whole nine. And that was, in between appointments that I had and just life, right? And at the end of the day, I can't show you right now, but just a little while ago, I left my house again, and this time to go food shopping, as I was saying, and the sun was bright. It was warm. It felt like a beautiful day. There was still wind, but the clouds parted. As you can see behind me, you can kind of see through the window and stuff. Clouds are gone, a new day dawning, and it kind of inspired me. I know that there's a lot of news. I actually got tired of the news. I can't watch any more, 12 o'clock or 4 o'clock specials. I don't want to watch CNN, The Truth, or Clearing of Fact and Fear or something like that. I can't watch any of that stuff anymore. Last night I was actually completely Netflixed out. And I've been trying to feed my mind. I see a lot of these things where they talk about the fact that, we should be productive, that if we don't come out of this situation with a new skill or with doing something that we always put off because we didn't have the time, that what were we doing? It's a lack of discipline, not a lack of time. And then I see other posts saying that, it's okay to come out of this and not be productive, not be, the best of all time, because it's a crisis, and we can, just feel what's going on, feel down. We're allowed to feel these things, right? And I've been on Zoom calls with my office, with different clients, with all types of people. I've spoken to people, friends, past clients that work in the health industry, the heroes of today, the heroes of always, but, very highlighted today because of, the danger they're constantly in, just like our first responders, just like everyone that has always stood up in the face of these terrible things that happen. And I just want to share my optimism, what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling right now, because honestly, this has been very hard. It's been hard for everyone that I know. It's been harder for others than for myself. I have had friends, family, people that I know and people that they know affected, have passed, have been have lost jobs. People are struggling with even getting unemployment, with going for the small business loans. So many things that are going on, and at the end of the day, we are allowed to feel. We are allowed to be in this crisis and kind of be down. And just from my own experience, even though this is completely different, there have been times where, I've been very lost and down because of the, loss of a loved one, or a really bad situation that happened, a loss of other kind, financial difficulty, pain that you just deal with in everyday life, and, I, no matter what you believe in, for me, I'm working on just getting closer to my faith and what has always gotten me through tough times, something that my grandmother and my family instilled in me. where, for those of you that believe, I just hold on to God a little tighter. I pray for the world. I pray for those that I love and those that are in harm's way, and just people in general, and I know that we're going to get through this. It's corny. It's something that people say. I think of all the different quotes that I see every day, but I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I know a lot of you guys have followed me on here, and you got all excited when I was doing, when I'm like, now I'm training for the marathon, God willing, still on, or when I was doing 75 hard. I appreciated all of your kind words, all the encouragement, all the positivity. And what I realized is that I need to continue sharing that, because honestly, in a world where it's been overwhelmed by negative news and the struggle that we're all facing, whether it's financial, health-wise, our dreams being challenged, times seeming very bleak, I have seen that we have all been there for each other. I've seen people reach out that I never thought would reach out. I've reached out to people that I never thought I would reach out to them. I've seen people, offer to go shopping for those that are at high risk. I've seen a lot of beauty in the world. If you look hard enough, you don't even have to look that hard, but there's a lot of good things happening, even through all this darkness. For me, certain things have happened, certain things have come into my life that I wasn't expecting, that I thank God for every day, that I cherish wholeheartedly. And I know that I actually posted this thing earlier. I said I have 99 problems, but I have 99,000 blessings, which is a little play on a song from my favorite rapper, Jay-Z. And I'm really trying to continue to focus on that. Every day has been, I've had many days where I just have to focus, and really but make myself understand that there is a lot of good in the world, that we will get through this, that we have to think of what we're learning now, all the lessons that we can take out of this, how to implement them in our lives, how to be better in one shape, way, or another. Not saying that you have to come out of this being the best entrepreneur in the world, or to come out of this and be the next Bill Gates. But if you can come out of this to learn to appreciate life a little more, to hug the people when we can, to hug those that you love and that you care about a little tighter, and just remember that tomorrow's not promised. This is one of those situations that really, really has brought that to my focus, to my attention. Tomorrow is not promised, and waiting for the perfect time, or just waiting in general. My grandfather used to tell me, that thing that everyone says, why leave for tomorrow what can be done today? And I always used to joke, well, why do today what you can do tomorrow, right? And, this is one of those times where those lessons come to mind. If there's something you want to tell somebody, say it to them. If there's something that you want to do, start working towards it. I know that many of us are dealing with financial struggles, with mental struggles, with health problems. There is something that we can take out of that, and there is a win. There is something that we can find that makes, I wouldn't say to make this all worth it, but I guess at the end of the day, kind of, yeah. There is something that we can get out of this, and I know for myself, I'm holding on to family that much tighter. I'm enjoying the quality time that I'm spending with my family. I'm trying to focus more on that. I'm definitely reaching out to my clients and servicing them as best as I can right now, with New York being on pause. Homes are still selling. Businesses, there's restaurants are still around. People are struggling. Some businesses have shut down, but there's still things that are thriving and surviving. And throughout all this, I know that we all can and we all will. And with each other's help, it's just magic to see how New York comes together, the country comes together when disaster really strikes, when things are at their darkest. You can see the good in humanity, and I wanted to share that with you guys. I know this is a long-winded video, like all of my videos lately I've been long-winded, but I really hope that you guys get some blessing out of this, that you all find peace to the pain that you're feeling, that solutions come down to you somehow, some way, that you find a way, that we don't just depend on the government or on anyone else to help us as much as we should, but also remember that we have to help ourselves at the end of the day, and we have to better ourselves somehow, some way, whether that's just learning one new thing, one new lesson, something to implement in your business or something to implement in your life. If there's any habits that you want to change, even the time that you wake up, maybe the workout that you've been putting off, the book that you haven't read that's been in the corner, something. There is something, some win that you can get out of this, and I hope that you find it. And I know that I'm trying little things as well, and I hope that we all come out of this better than what we went in, because we owe it to ourselves to do that in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't mean that you have to be the most productive person in the world at this time, but there is something that we could all be doing better. So hope to talk to you guys soon, and I hope this helps somebody that is out there. And just thank you very much to everyone that has always supported me, and thank you to those who are risking everything for us every single day so that New York and the country and the world can continue moving forward. And I know that day will come when we get through this and we look back and we really realize how grateful we should all be. All right? Peace and love to everybody.
I remember back when I had the vision now. I gotta see it happen. It's action over acting. I'm not going